Germantown, a village outside Philadelphia, holds a significant place in American history. Nestled in the lush, rolling hills of Pennsylvania, Germantown was more than just a settlement. It was a beacon of hope and opportunity for many. The village's story begins in the late 17th century, when it was founded by a group of settlers seeking fertile land and a fresh start. These early inhabitants were drawn to the area's rich soil and abundant natural resources, which promised a prosperous future. Founded in the late 17th century, Germantown was known for its fertile land and diverse population. The settlers who arrived here were a mix of different backgrounds and cultures, creating a vibrant and dynamic community. Among them were many of German descent, who brought with them a strong work ethic and a wealth of knowledge in agriculture and craftsmanship. These skills were crucial in establishing Germantown as a thriving village. Early settlers, many of German descent, established a thriving community based on agriculture and craftsmanship. They cultivated the land, built homes, and created a network of trade that connected Germantown to the larger world. The village quickly became known for its high-quality goods and produce, attracting traders and merchants from far and wide. This bustling trade helped Germantown grow and prosper, laying the foundation for its future success. The village grew steadily in the years leading up to the American Revolution, becoming a center of trade and commerce. The marketplace was always bustling with activity, as villagers and visitors alike came to buy and sell goods. This economic prosperity brought a sense of stability and security to Germantown, making it a desirable place to live and work. However, this peaceful existence was not to last. Germantown's peaceful existence, however, would be forever altered by the outbreak of war. As tensions between the American colonies and British forces escalated, Germantown found itself caught in the middle of the conflict. The once tranquil village was transformed into a hub of military activity, with troops preparing for battle and villagers bracing for the impact of war. The sense of unease and uncertainty was palpable, as the community faced an uncertain future. The village and its surrounding lands became the setting for a pivotal battle that would shape the course of the American Revolution. The Battle of Germantown, fought on October 4, 1777, was a significant moment in the struggle for American independence. The clash between American and British forces brought devastation to the village, but it also demonstrated the resilience and determination of the American spirit. Germantown's role in this historic conflict is a testament to the courage and perseverance of its people, who faced adversity with unwavering resolve. The strategic importance of Germantown during the American Revolution cannot be overstated. This small village, nestled just 6 miles north of Philadelphia, played a pivotal role in the conflict between the American Continental Army and the British forces. Its location made it a key outpost for the British Army, who sought to control the region and maintain their hold on Philadelphia, the young nation's capital. Positioned just 6 miles north of Philadelphia, Germantown served as a strategic outpost for the British Army. The village's proximity to the capital made it an ideal location for the British to establish a stronghold. The British forces, under the command of General William Howe, recognized the importance of Germantown in their campaign to suppress the American Rebellion. After their victory at the Battle of Brandywine in September 1777, British forces under General William Howe occupied Philadelphia, the young nation's capital. This victory was a significant blow to the American forces, as it allowed the British to take control of one of the most important cities in the colonies. The occupation of Philadelphia forced the Continental Congress to flee, disrupting the American leadership and their ability to coordinate the war effort. Germantown became home to a sizable contingent of British troops, serving as a base of operations for controlling the region. The British established their encampments in and around the village, fortifying their positions and preparing for further engagements with the American forces. The presence of the British troops in Germantown was a constant threat to the surrounding areas, as they could launch raids and skirmishes at a moment's notice. The village's location along major roads leading into Philadelphia made it a crucial transportation hub for the British, facilitating the movement of troops, supplies, and communication. These roads were vital for maintaining the British supply lines, ensuring that their forces in Philadelphia and Germantown were well provisioned and able to sustain their occupation. The control of these transportation routes allowed the British to move reinforcements and supplies efficiently, bolstering their strategic position in the region. Following their occupation of Philadelphia, The British Army established a strong presence in Germantown. This strategic move was part of a larger plan to dominate the American colonies and suppress the growing rebellion. The British forces, well-trained and equipped, marched into Germantown with an air of confidence, believing that their superior numbers and military prowess would quickly bring the colonists to heel. The occupation of Germantown was not just a military maneuver, but also a psychological tactic aimed at demoralizing the Patriot forces and their supporters. Led by General Howe, the British aimed to consolidate their control over the region and quell the rebellion. General Howe, a seasoned military leader, meticulously planned the occupation, ensuring that every move was calculated to maximize British control and minimize resistance. His leadership was instrumental in coordinating the efforts of the British troops, who were tasked with maintaining order and enforcing British rule in the occupied territories. They fortified their positions in Germantown, constructing earthworks and deploying troops strategically. The construction of these fortifications was a clear indication of the British intent to hold Germantown for the long term. Cannons were positioned at key points, and soldiers worked tirelessly to build defenses that would withstand any potential attacks from the Patriot forces. The fortifications not only served as a physical barrier but also as a symbol of British strength and determination. Howe's forces consisted of experienced regulars, including Hessian mercenaries, renowned for their discipline and fighting prowess. The Hessians, hired by the British to bolster their ranks, were feared by the colonists for their ruthless efficiency in battle. Their presence in Germantown added a layer of intimidation, as these seasoned fighters were known for their unwavering loyalty to their employers and their effectiveness in combat. The British occupation of Germantown had a profound impact on the local population. The once peaceful village was now under the watchful eyes of British soldiers, and the daily lives of the residents were disrupted. The presence of foreign troops in their streets created an atmosphere of tension and uncertainty. Many residents were forced to interact with the occupying forces, whether they wanted to or not, leading to a complex and often strained relationship between the locals and the British soldiers. Many residents, sympathetic to the Patriot cause, were forced to flee their homes, seeking refuge elsewhere. The fear of retribution from the British forces drove many families to abandon their homes and possessions, embarking on uncertain journeys to find safety. These displaced residents faced numerous hardships, as they left behind their livelihoods and the familiarity of their community. The exodus of these families was a testament to the deep divisions and the high stakes of the conflict. The village, once a symbol of peace and prosperity, transformed into a theater of war. The streets that had once been filled with the sounds of daily life were now dominated by the clamor of military preparations. The signs of conflict were evident everywhere, from the damaged buildings to the constant presence of soldiers. Germantown's transformation was a stark reminder of the far-reaching impact of the Revolutionary War, as communities across the colonies were drawn into the struggle for independence. In the fall of 1777, General George Washington, Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army, devised a daring plan to attack the British forces at Germantown. Washington's army, though outnumbered and outgunned, was determined to strike a blow against the enemy and regain control of Philadelphia. The plan called for a four-pronged assault on the British lines, utilizing the element of surprise to overwhelm the enemy. Washington's decision to attack at Germantown was a calculated risk. A victory would boost American morale, demonstrate the resilience of the Continental Army, and potentially force the British to withdraw from Philadelphia. Section 5. Fog of War. On the morning of October 4, 1777, under the cover of darkness and dense fog, Washington's army marched towards Germantown. The plan called for a coordinated attack, with 4 columns converging on the British positions. However, the fog, thick as pea soup, played havoc with the American advance. Communication between the columns broke down, and the element of surprise was lost. The fog also created confusion on the battlefield, making it difficult for commanders to assess the situation and issue orders effectively. Section 6. Miscommunication and missed opportunities. As the American columns advanced through the fog, they encountered unexpected resistance from British pickets. The initial clashes alerted the main British force, giving them time to prepare for the attack. Miscommunication and confusion among the American columns led to delays and missed opportunities. One column, led by General John Sullivan, attacked Chew House, a fortified stone mansion, instead of bypassing it as ordered. The assault on Chew House bogged down Sullivan's column, diverting valuable manpower and firepower from the main attack. Section 7. The tide turns. Despite the initial setbacks, the American attack gained momentum in the early stages of the battle. One column, led by General Nathaniel Greene, successfully routed a British force at Cliveden, a large estate owned by the Chew family. However, the tide began to turn against the Americans as the fog slowly lifted. The British, now fully aware of the American positions, launched a determined counterattack, pushing back the advancing columns. The Americans, outnumbered and facing increasing British resistance, were forced to withdraw. Section 8. Aftermath and Significance. The Battle of Germantown ended in a British tactical victory, but it came at a cost. Both sides suffered significant casualties, with the British losing over 500 men and the Americans over 1,000. Despite the defeat, the Battle of Germantown had a significant impact on the course of the American Revolution. It demonstrated the growing strength and determination of the Continental Army, proving that they could challenge the British on the battlefield. The battle also boosted American morale, showing that victory over the British was not an impossible dream. Section 9. A Legacy Remembered. Today, the Battle of Germantown is commemorated as a pivotal moment in the American Revolutionary War. The battleground, now a National Historic Landmark, serves as a reminder of the sacrifices made by those who fought for American independence. The lessons learned at Germantown, from the importance of communication and coordination to the unpredictable nature of warfare, continue to resonate with military strategists and historians today. The courage and determination displayed by both sides on that foggy October morning serve as a testament to the human spirit in times of conflict.